good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whatever is applicable by the time that you see this video. Earlier this week, I posted something that said, it's not personal, it's an illness. And I just kind of want to share a little more about an experience that my husband and I had, and I took it personal. And it wasn't personal, it was the after effects of prison. So my husband and I got married in 2014. He and I dated in the ninth grade, 1976. So after that school semester, I never saw him again. And 38 years later, he found me on Facebook. 53 days later, we were married. Yeah, 53 days later, we were married. I was working in Afghanistan when he found me, and I was getting ready to come home within the next 6 weeks. And so when I did, we got married. My husband was everything I prayed and asked God for, everything. He would bring me flowers. He would bring me breakfast in bed, always open the door, just kind, supportive, just the all around great husband, a woman's dream. And so going into the third year, he began to change on me. He was uh, moody. He was easily irritated, frustrated. It got to the point where I couldn't talk to him because it would trigger certain things. Um, and when he got angry, he would raise his voice in a threatening tone. Um, some days he said he didn't want to come home, and honestly, some days I didn't want to see him come home. And I remember one day, because I'm taking this personal, why did he change on me like this? And I had said in the beginning, I told him one day, I said, "You're changing on me." And I asked, I said, "Have I changed?" And he said, "No, Sheila, you haven't." I was like, "Well, you're changing on me." And so one day we were sitting on the patio, God, and he said to me, he said, "Had we dated before we got married, I wouldn't have never married you." How am I not to take that statement personal? And I played it out, but man, I'm telling you, that hurt me so bad. And I just played it off like I wouldn't have married you either. Okay. So the thing is, all of these emotions that he started to have was a result of prison. Okay. And I'm gonna tell you why. My husband said when he came home, he dated a couple of ladies. It didn't work out. He began to pray and seek God for a wife, and he asked God for a wife who would push him. Okay? So when he told me that, I was like, okay, that be me. Because I'm going to push you. Because I'm an executor. I'm a go-getter. And, you tell me you want to do something, we own it. So I began to push him. He wanted to start a trucking company. Done. You know? He wanted to do this. Push. And I was pushing someone who had been incarcerated for 28 years. I was pushing him into unfamiliar territory. And he wasn't admitting it. He was just going along with it. His heart wanted to do it, but his head was telling him he's not capable of doing it right now. But I didn't know this. Right? So it got to the point where it got so bad, he and I had to separate. Because he would say, "I need to go get me some help. I need to go get me some help." Okay, well, when you going? We got this good insurance. When you going? Help is free. And I didn't want to live like this. I didn't get married to be unhappy. You know what I'm saying? So He finally, one day, he came to me and he said, God, woo! Y'all, I'm so sorry, excuse me. He said, I could no longer live my life like this. He said, I'm going to get me some help. He said, you don't deserve this. You didn't sign up for this. He said, if you walk away today, I would understand. But had I walked away, it would have been if I was pouring water on a drowning man. I know my husband loved me. I know I love my husband. But we had to deal with this, with this illness. We had to deal with it. And because of the traumatic stress that it put on me, I ended up having to see a counselor. And that's one of the best decisions I've ever made other than marrying my husband. Yeah. So because of that, because of counseling, I have my man back. Sister getting them flowers. I'm getting them flowers. So I just wanted to share, when they come home, their hearts are ready, but their head may not be. So some things, don't take it personal. It's the illness and it can be worked out. But it's going to take both of you working together. And it will work if you work it. All right. Just wanted to share from my heart. Love you, ladies, and you have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.